G'day, wildlife warriors. Get ready to have a look at one of the most stunning, most beautiful, most absolutely gorgeous snakes on the entire planet. I'm talking about the Brazilian Rainbow Boa. Now, when you hear the word snake, you might think of something scaly and maybe a bit spooky. But this little ripper will change your mind forever. Imagine a snake that looks like it's been dipped in oil and then left out in the sun to shimmer with every color you can imagine. Reds, oranges, purples, blues, you name it. This snake has got it. It's not magic, but it's pretty close. This beauty is a living, breathing work of art, and we're going to dive deep into its world. The name itself, Rainbow Boa, tells you almost everything you need to know. It's not just a clever name someone made up, it's the real deal. When the light hits its scales just right, it explodes into a dazzling rainbow. It's a sight that'll make your jaw drop right to the floor, believe me. But this snake is so much more than just a pretty face. It's a master of survival, a clever hunter, and a vital part of its incredible jungle home. We're going to uncover some of its biggest secrets, from how these little guys are born to how they find their tucker in the middle of the dense Amazon rainforest. So stick with me, because we're about to go on an adventure. Now you might be thinking, how can a snake be so colorful? That's a great question. It's all thanks to something super special in its scales. So where does this dazzling snake live? You won't find it in your backyard, unless your backyard is the mighty Amazon rainforest. That's right, the Brazilian Rainbow Boa calls the warm, humid, and incredibly wild river basins of South America its home. Think of the biggest, densest jungle you can imagine, filled with towering trees, winding rivers, and the sounds of a million different animals. That's the perfect spot for our rainbow friend. They absolutely love the moisture, so you'll often find them near streams, rivers, or swampy areas where the ground is always damp. This humidity is super important for them. It helps keep their skin healthy and their rainbow colors shining bright. The Amazon isn't just a home, it's a giant living playground and pantry for the rainbow boa. The forest floor is covered in a thick blanket of fallen leaves, twigs, and rotting logs. This is the perfect camouflage for a snake that wants to stay hidden. With its reddish-brown base color, the boa can disappear into the leaf litter, becoming almost invisible to both its prey and the predators that might be looking for a snake-sized snack. They are masters of disguise, using their natural environment to their full advantage. They spend a lot of their time on the ground, but they are also excellent climbers, especially when they are young. Life in the Amazon means you have to be ready for anything. The weather can change in a flash, from scorching sun to torrential downpours. The rainbow boa is perfectly built for this. Its love for humidity means it thrives during the rainy season. During the day, they might burrow into the cool, damp soil or hide inside a hollow log to escape the heat and the prying eyes of eagles or jaguars. Then, as the sun goes down and the jungle cools off, they become more active. Nighttime is the right time for a rainbow boa to come out and begin its search for a meal. Alright, let's talk about the next generation of these little stunners. One of the most amazing secrets about Brazilian rainbow boas is how their babies come into the world. Unlike many other snakes that lay eggs in a nest, the mother rainbow boa does something completely different. She keeps the babies inside her body for the whole time they are developing. This is called being viviparous, which is a fancy way of saying she gives birth to live young. She becomes a living, breathing incubator, protecting her babies from danger and keeping them at the perfect temperature for about 5 months. When the big day arrives, it's a truly incredible sight. The mother boa will find a safe, secluded spot, and one by one, the baby snakes are born. They come out coiled up in a thin, clear membrane, almost like a little bag. They have to wiggle and squirm to break free from this sac, and then they take their very first breath of that humid Amazon air. A mother can have anywhere from just a few to over 20 babies at once. Imagine seeing a whole wriggle of tiny, perfect rainbow boas all born at the same time. What a moment that would be. Crikey. These little guys are independent from the second they are born. After the baby rainbow boas have had their first shed, a new feeling starts to take over hunger. It's time for these little hunters to find their very first meal. But what does a tiny snake eat in a giant jungle? This means they'll be on the lookout for tiny lizards, small frogs, and maybe even some larger insects. They use the same hunting skills as the adults, just on a much smaller scale. It's a huge challenge, but their survival instincts are razor sharp. To find their food, the baby boas have to rely on their incredible senses. They have a fantastic sense of smell, but it doesn't work like ours. They use their forked tongue to taste the air. They flick their tongue out, pick up tiny scent particles from the ground and the air, and then pull it back into their mouth. They have a special organ on the roof of their mouth called the Jacobson's organ, which analyzes these particles and tells the snake's brain what's nearby. It can tell if a tasty little lizard has scurried past recently. It's like having a superpowered nose right in your mouth. What a clever design. As our little rainbow boa grows up, its appetite gets bigger and bigger. It can no longer survive on tiny frogs and lizards. An adult Brazilian rainbow boa has a much broader menu. They'll hunt for rodents like rats and mice, small mammals like opossums, and even birds and bats. They are opportunistic hunters, meaning they will eat almost anything they can catch and overpower. How do they detect their prey, especially in the dark? This is one of their most shocking secrets. Along their jaws, rainbow boas have special heat-sensing pits. These are incredible organs that can detect infrared radiation, which is the heat given off by warm-blooded animals. For the boa, a warm mouse or rat passing by in the pitch-black darkness glows like a bright light. This gives them a massive advantage at night. They can see the heat signature of their prey, allowing them to strike with pinpoint accuracy, even when they can't see with their eyes. It's like having a set of thermal vision goggles built right into your face. Dangerously beautiful. The Amazon rainforest is a beautiful place, but it's also crawling with danger. For a snake like the rainbow boa, survival is a full-time job. Big birds of prey, like hawks and eagles, can swoop down from the sky and snatch them up. On the ground, they have to watch out for jaguars, ocelots, and even large caimans if they get too close to the water. Even other larger snakes might see them as a potential meal. It's a constant battle to stay alive. So, what's a rainbow boa's #1 survival trick? It's the same thing that helps them hunt camouflage. Their reddish-brown color with black rings is the perfect outfit for hiding on the forest floor. When they lie still amongst the fallen leaves, twigs, and patches of light and shadow, they become nearly impossible to spot. This is their first and best line of defense. By not being seen in the first place, they avoid most confrontations. Younger boas, which are more vulnerable, are also fantastic climbers. If they sense danger on the ground, they can quickly scramble up a tree to get out of harm's way. What happens when camouflage fails and a rainbow boa can't escape? What happens when it's cornered by a predator? Well, this gentle snake has a feisty side, and it won't go down without a fight. When threatened, a Brazilian rainbow boa will put on a fearsome defensive display. Its first move is to coil its body up tightly and pull its head into the center of the coils, protecting its most vulnerable part. Then, it will hiss loudly. This isn't just a little puff of air. It's a loud, intimidating sound designed to startle a predator and make the snake seem much more dangerous than it is. If the hissing doesn't work and the predator keeps coming closer, the boa will escalate its defense. It will start to strike. Now for the secret that makes this snake a living legend, that incredible, mind-blowing rainbow shimmer. How in the world do they do it? It's not because of colorful pigments in their skin like you'd find on a parrot. Their base color is actually a lovely reddish brown with black rings. The magic happens on the very surface of their scales. Their scales have microscopic ridges on them, ridges so tiny you would need a powerful microscope to see them. These ridges act like a prism, just like the ones you might have seen in a science class that can split white light into a rainbow. When light from the sun or even a flashlight hits the snake's scales, these tiny ridges bend and split the light, separating it into all the colors of the spectrum: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. This phenomenon is called iridescence. It's the same thing that makes a soap bubble or a drop of oil on water shimmer with rainbow colors. As the snake moves, the angle of the light hitting the ridges changes, causing the colors to shift and dance across its body. It's a breathtaking display, and it's what makes them one of the most beautiful snakes in the entire world. Well, there you have it, folks. The Brazilian rainbow boa is so much more than just a pretty snake. It's a tough, clever, and absolutely fascinating creature that is perfectly designed for its life in the wild heart of the Amazon. From the moment they are born as tiny, independent survivors, they have to be ready for anything. They are silent hunters, using their incredible senses to track down their prey in the dead of night. They are masters of disguise, using their natural colors to vanish into the forest floor, avoiding danger before it even starts. What a champion! Getting to know animals like the Brazilian Rainbow Boa is so important. When we understand and appreciate these creatures, we are more likely to want to protect them and their homes. The Amazon rainforest is a precious place, filled with countless wonders just like this shimmering snake. By learning about them, we become wildlife warriors ourselves, dedicated to making sure these animals have a safe place to live for many, many years to come. So next time you think of a snake, I hope you'll picture the magnificent Brazilian Rainbow Boa. Don't just think of a scary creature, think of a survivor. It's a true gem of the Amazon, a living treasure, and an animal that deserves all of our respect and admiration. What a beauty!